Okay, so first things first, please put your name at the top and your number. And today's date is March the 11th, 2025. I'm going to say this one more time. I threw away 4 papers yesterday. They were left. They were stuck in supply bins. They were left on the floor. No name, no number, no homeroom, no nothing. So I pitched them in the garbage can. Graphing on the coordinate plane. Okay? So this is where... Oh, sad day. That broke. Oh, well, we'll use this red. Okay, the first thing I want you to do is this number line that runs horizontally, I want you to shade it in green. Okay? So I want you to think about X is always green. Okay? Okay? How many of you have ever flown on an airplane?
I've flown here.
Okay, so how many of you have ever seen an airplane take off? Okay, so what is the first thing an airplane does? Okay, it goes on the runway, right? Okay, so when we're doing coordinate plane, we're going to go on the runway first, right? Okay, so you're always going to find your X coordinate first, okay? So let's look now for the Y axis. We're going to do Y to the sky. And I understand it's going to go down too, but I guess we can say to the sky or to the sea. How about that? Because we're going to go up or down. Okay? Remember I told you yesterday that you had to remember to tell me the direction. You can't just say over. Because today, when we start at 0, we may go left, but we may go right. Okay? So let's look at it. It says, list the location of the object on the number lines below. -3 on the vertical number line. So this is horizontal. This is vertical. So what is it? -3 on the vertical number line. Well, I'm going to go right here. Here's 0. There's -1, -2, -3. So what is that? The dump truck. So then I look here. 4 on the horizontal. Horizontal is going to be green. So what is it? +4 on the horizontal number line. The hot air balloon. Let's look at the sailboat. It's located at -2 where? On the horizontal number line. I wrote too big. I always write too big. It is on the x-axis, Katrina. Very good. We're about to make that connection in just 1 minute. Good job. You're ahead of the bunch. Where's the motorcycle?
1 on the vertical.
1. What axis is that, Katrina? Do you know?
That's the y-axis.
Well, you go ahead, sister girl. What's located at 5 on the vertical number line? Callan? Okay, tell me why. You're right, but why? Okay, there's a couple of things. The rocket is on the horizontal number line. The rocket is also at -5. So where is the rocket? -5. Correct. Now, let's look at some definitions. The coordinate plane is formed by two number lines. A horizontal number line called the what, Katrina?
X-axis.
That's it. And a vertical number line called the what, Katrina?
Y-axis.
The y-axis. Very good. The lines intersect at a point called the origin, which is located at 0, 0. Now, we're going to label some parts of the coordinate plane. Now, if, I don't know how you study for math, but what I'm about to show you is going to be some great things to put on a flashcard, and here's why. Because when you get to your test and when we get to ACAP, there will be questions that only give you ordered pairs, which this is an ordered pair. All you're going to get is the numbers. And it's going to ask you, what quadrant is this number in? Where would this point be? Okay? And you're going to know that based off of the information that I'm about to give you. Okay? So, we're going to plot, we're going to mark a couple of things first. I'm going to write them and then I'm going to color code them. So the x-axis, we're going to make it green. The y-axis is going to be blue. Okay, I understand y'all don't learn Roman numerals anymore. Which, don't get me started on that. That's a whole nother saga. We don't teach you Roman numerals and then we give you math that has Roman numerals in it. Whatever. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Okay, now I want you to notice I've given you ordered pairs as examples under each one of these. I want you I want you to notice the subtle changes between these four ordered pairs. Okay? But now I want you to watch when I plot them. So positive 4, positive 3. So I'm going to come over 4 and up 3. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to go negative 3, negative 4, positive 3. So I'm going to come to origin. I'm going to go negative 3, negative 4, and up 3. 1, 2, 3. For quadrant 3, I'm going to come back to origin. I'm going to go over negative 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to go down negative 3. 1, 2, 3. And then in quadrant 4, it's going to be positive 4, negative 3. So I'm going to start at origin. I'm going to go over 4. And then I'm going to come down 3. 1, 2, 3. Pretty cool, huh? But it doesn't take much to put a point where it doesn't belong, right? So if you do not go origin over up or down, you will plot it wrong every single time. Just telling you. Okay? What shape did I just plot? It is not a square. It is a rectangle. Correct. Put that up. Put it up. Now this is where it gets real fun. Now, so this is the part that always frustrates me, because there are people in this classroom that are going to absolutely refuse to follow these 3 steps. Go to origin, locate the number on the x-axis, move up or down to the number on the y-axis. You're going to refuse. You are. I don't know why, but you are. And then you're going to get upset and holler and cry at me about why is your grade so terrible. And I'm going to tell you, because you're not following the steps. There is no other way to do coordinate plane than to follow the steps. That's just the way it is. I mean, this is not like going to Montgomery, so I'm going to pick 6 different ways to go. No, it's not that way. And with a coordinate plane, you either plot it correctly or you plot it incorrectly. There is no, I'm going to show my work and get partial credit. No, that's not how this works. It is either right or it is wrong. There's no middle ground. Okay, so let's look at this. So it says A. So the way I do this is I find A, right? So I always go ahead and write my parentheses. So A, I'm going to jump it down. Okay, so my X is negative 3. Okay? So I came over negative 3, right? That's how I got here. Now, let's find where is that number on the y-axis. It's a positive 3. Now, okay, if A is in, what quadrant is this? Quadrant 2. I can go back over here and I can look at quadrant 2. So if a number is plotted in quadrant 2, the x-axis the x-coordinate should be negative, and the y coordinate should be positive. Do I have a negative and a positive?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So is it probably correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Let's look at B. What quadrant is B in?
4.
It is in quadrant 4. So that means I'm going to have a what? Go back and look. A positive and a negative. So where's my X? Positive. It is positive 3. What is my Y?
Negative.
Negative 3. Remember, this is X. And this is Y. Let's look at C. Where is it?
Quadrant 4.
It's in quadrant 4, so it means I'm going to have a positive and a negative. So what is my X coordinate?
4.
Positive 4. And what is my Y coordinate? Negative 2. Y'all are perfectly fine to say 4 and then use a negative 2. That's just me being me. Okay, I'm going to give you just a few minutes. Well, actually, I'm not. We're going okay, let's go and let's look at number 2. It says plot and label the points below on the coordinate plane. Okay, now, you don't have to do this. I come in and I kind of lightly shade over what is going to be on the x-axis. And then I lightly shade over what's going to be on the y-axis. Okay? So now for I start at origin. I'm going to move to the right because it's a positive number, 1, 2, and then it is a negative 3, so I'm going to go down. Negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. So I'm going to draw a dot where those two lines intersect, and right beside it, I'm going to write the letter I. Now let's look at J. Negative 5, positive 2. So I'm going to come back to origin. I'm going to go left to negative 5, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5. And then I'm going to go up to positive 2. Positive 1, positive 2. I'm going to put a dot or a point. That's what that's called. And I'm going to label it J. Let's do K. Where do I start? Origin. Am I going to move left or right?
Left.
I'm going to move left to negative 4. And then where do I move?
Down.
Down to
Negative 5.
negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5. And what do I label it?
Okay.
Got it. Yes, you should have. Okay, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to give you, how long do you think you need? 4 minutes? 4.
5.
Okay, I said 4. Go. those steps. Good job. How'd you get that? How'd you get that up there? Hmm? Which way does that 5 tell you to move? Why don't you put it up there? Where does the y coordinate tell you to go? Okay, so you move over 5. Do you move up or down? Huh? No, you don't move anywhere. It's a 0. So it's going to be on the axis. Okay. All right. Check yours compared to mine. I didn't ask for anything out loud. There's 2 I want to draw your attention to. L and P. If you're not following the steps of find X first, then Y, you're going to plot it wrong. So L, do I move left or right? No, I stay on the axis. Then Y tells me to move where? Down 2. Most of you got that one. But this one down here for P, when I walked around, there's a lot of them that are up here or over here. What's wrong with that? Talk to me, Callan. It's supposed to be on the x-axis because the 5 tells me to move where from origin?
Right.
Move right 5 units. Then does it tell me to move up or down? No, it does not. Very good. Okay. All right, let's look at the bottom. The graph below shows several figures. Use the information to answer the question. Okay, so what does this, let's look at this. What does this mean? X is greater than 1 or X is less than 1? X is less than 1, right? Okay? So now, X, that means on the green axis, it's going to be anything, for this one, it's going to be anything, so let's look at it. Less than 1 means I'm basically going to deal with zeros and negative numbers, correct?
Yes.
Now, what does Y say? Y is what?
Greater than negative.
Y is greater than negative 2. So what does greater than negative 2 mean?
Positive.
That means, so for A, it's going to basically be anything from so I'm going to have here anything over this way, okay? Right? If it's less than 1. But Y says it has to be greater than negative 2. So here, then I have negative 2, and it's got to be up here, right? So which points are colored by green and blue? What about A? Yes. What about C? No. What about F?
No.
No. What about G?
Yes.
Yes. What about B?
No.
No. What about D?
Yes.
Yes. So the points that meet the conditions where x is less than 1 and y is greater than -2 are A, G, D. B. At approximately which points, so that means I'm going to have 2. Do the triangle and the circle intersect? So I have to look at the circle's going to intersect here and the circle's going to intersect down here, right? So what is my x for A? Do I move left or right? No, so it is 0. Now, from origin, did I move up or down?
Down.
Down to what?
1.
To what?
-1.
To -1. And we're going to go with the way they have the graph labeled. Okay? So that's this one. Now, what about this one down here? When I started at origin, how far to the right or the left did I go? 2. And then did I go up or down?
Down.
2.
-3.
-3. Now, to find where this says name the ordered pair that represents the center of the circle. So to find the center of the circle, I would draw from here and from here. And right there is the center of your circle. So what is the ordered pair for the center of that circle? If I start at origin, how far left or right do I go? Left to -2. And then do I go up or down? Down to 1? To -1. I come down to -1. D says describe where F is located in relation to the origin. So if I start at origin, how do I get to F? So I'm going to go 3 units right. Then what? Then up. How many?
4 units.
Nope. What does your graph say?
2 units.
Up 2 units. Noella is going to come around with tape. And I am going to come around with your classwork / homework paper. FYI, I have an appointment after school. I am going to get on study hall tonight, but it may be a tad bit after 6. Okay? Everybody hear me? Noella's giving you tape. You need to tape it in your journal. Put your notes in your journal. And this is your homework. You're welcome. You're welcome.